The Emperor commands Vader and Dooku to take Grace territory. Obi-Wan and Anakin are ordered by Chancellor to go to Grace territory. Ventress intercepts the Jedi ship. Ventress duels the Jedi and the Sith bodyguard duels Rex and Oddball after killing Pilot. Dooku goes to the Jedi Temple and seduces Ahsoka Tano to the dark side under the name Darth Tamiya. Obi-Wan and Anakin return to the temple and all the Jedi except Yoda battle the Sith. Tamiya is cut in half by Anakin and is sent tumbling down into the abyss. Dooku escapes with the help of Ventress and is told by the Emperor, "This ruins my plans." Anakin is ordered to track down Dooku's ship. Anakin engages Commander Phoebus. After CIS reinforcements arrive, Anakin and the 501st leave. On the garbage planet Lotho Minor, Ahsoka tells her savior, Red, her story and gets herself new legs. After Anakin returns and reports to the Council, Anakin collapses and is taken to the medical hall. Dooku gets a transmission from the Emperor and sends Asajj Ventress to find the disturbance in the Force. At the Jedi Temple, Anakin collapses again, and Doc thinks it's related to Ahsoka, who was killed 5 years earlier. On Lotho Minor, Ventress discovers Tamiya is still alive and brings her back to the CIS base. After Dooku contacts him, Lobaka goes to the CIS outpost where he fixes Tamiya. Dooku contacts the Emperor, who demands Ventress be carbon frozen, and Tamiya becomes Dooku's new apprentice. Tamiya allows the Republic to intercept a transmission about a crucial abandoned outpost that will lure Anakin into a trap. After Tamiya meets Anakin, the two of them engage in an epic duel. Anakin escapes barely alive. Dooku gets a transmission from Emperor to capture clones to test Order 66. Anakin and the 501st are sent to Grievous's outpost by the Chancellor. Dooku informs Grievous of his duties when the Jedi invade. Anakin and the 501st are captured. The Emperor explains his plan to Count Dooku. The Emperor, Dooku, and Vader test Order 66 on clone trooper Troopa, with Commander Phoebus as the Jedi. Phoebus is killed and Troopa is to be trained as a Sith bodyguard. Oddball gets orders from Mace Windu to rescue Anakin. Windu sends Wilkin and Jones to hunt down Tamiya. Wilkin and Jones track down Tamiya. They engage her but capture her. R2 captures Battle Droid Commander and reprograms it to help them free Anakin. Oddball and R2 break in and free Anakin and escape. Windu orders Kenobi to help them free the 501st. Tamiya is brought back to the jail and arrested. Obi-Wan and the 212th free the 501st. Vader gives Order 66 and all clones turn on their Jedi generals, and only Anakin, Obi-Wan, R2, Battle Droid Commander, Yoda, and Chewbacca escape. Dooku blows up the Emperor. Dooku orders all CIS forces to go to Point Terran. Vader orders all Republic forces to bring their Jedi generals' lightsabers and go to Point Terran. The Galactic Empire replaces both the CIS and Republic with Darth Vader as the leader. Vader orders Tamiya be released. The Jedi Purge survivors attack with Ventress, Cannonball, and Han Solo joining them. Survivors are captured, but Tamiya loses her left arm and is thrown down into the abyss and supposedly killed. The survivors escape, and Lobaka is made Count Dooku's new apprentice. Lobaka hunts down and kills Asajj Ventress after a quick duel. Tamiya escapes Lotho Minor with the help of Red and organizes a group of bounty hunters and attacks the Empire. The bounty hunters escape and take Lobaka after Tamiya duels him. After Tamiya takes Lobaka as her apprentice, they re-attack the Empire and Tamiya takes Dooku's place as Vader's apprentice after an epic duel with him and killing him. Tamiya calls all men to the throne room and she challenges Vader to a duel with no interferences for control of the Empire, and Vader accepts. After the epic duel, Tamiya kills Vader and claims her place as ruler of the Empire. Some CIS loyalists and clones rebel, but the rest join Tamiya. After a short-lived battle, all but Grievous and Bane are killed. Tamiya gives out new ranks and issues a new chain of command. Tamiya orders them to find the rebels. Anakin hears the news and him and Obi-Wan leave to confront Tamiya. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and R2 are captured. Tamiya exacts her revenge on Anakin by killing Obi-Wan. Anakin is taken to prison, but soon he and R2 are freed by Grievous and Bane. After returning to base, the CIS loyalists and Jedi Purge survivors unite to form the Rebellion. The rebels plan to attack the Empire and destroy the Sith. The plan fails and Yoda is killed, and as survivors escape, General Grievous is killed. The rebels attack again. After Lobaka is stabbed and thrown off a ledge, Anakin is electrocuted by Tamiya, but before he is killed, Sith bodyguard distracts Tamiya, and as Anakin regains his strength, he kills Tamiya for good. The Sith are destroyed, and the rebels leave victorious, but the Imperial troopers still remain. Goldman finds and revives Lobaka. Chuye finds Goldman and Lobaka. The rebels finish their celebration and go to finish off the last of the Galactic Empire. After a short firefight, the remaining Imperials surrender. Shortly after Cad Bane and Mystery Man escape prison, Lobaka infiltrates it and frees those who will give loyalty to his new Sith Empire. The newly formed Sith Empire reveal themselves to the Jedi. After the firefight, the Jedi escape, and afterwards the Imperial loyalists escape prison. The Sith Empire sees the loyalists escaping and engage them. All the loyalists are killed except for the surrendering Jack Sparrow. The Sith Empire hunts down the Jedi and engages them in another short-lived battle. After the Jedi escape, Krupa and Baka practice lightsaber combat. Baka informs the clones why they are still alive. Cad Bane and Mystery Man are confronted by Superman, who is being chased by Spandex Man, one of his 4 sons. The Sith Empire engages the rebellion once again, with Baka only using one lightsaber. Anakin loses his green lightsaber and Baka loses his green lightsaber. Muscle Man circles around and hijacks the shuttle from R2. The Sith Empire barely escapes onto the shuttle. Anakin jumps onto the shuttle, followed by his apprentice and the other rebels. The 2 Sith bodyguards engage in combat, while Baka is about to be electrocuted by R2, who gets kicked off the ship by Troopa. After losing his blue lightsaber, Baka and Anakin are knocked off the ship, and when Muscle Man speeds it up, the 2 still battle, with Baka using Yoda's lightsaber. Troopa and Sith bodyguard fall off the ship, still dueling. The remaining forces on the ship still continue to battle. Superman flies onto the ship to recruit Iron Man, but he is force choked by his son. Iron Man pushes him off the ship, and Goldman jumps after him to save him. Iron Man and Fives are shot dead, and Rex orders Muscle Man to crash into the Jedi. As the ship crashes, Rex jumps inside, and the duelers dodge. Troopa is fatally hit. Baka and Muscle Man escape, Red flees, and the rebellion leaves after discovering the deceased bodies. After being revived by Goldman, the 2 come across Cad Bane and Mystery Man. Superman hires them as his bodyguards. Numerous chases occur between the 4 and Spandex Man. Rex buries Fives and leaves, walking aimlessly. Boris the animal finds Rex and turns him to bounty hunting. Boris and Rex meet the Man crew and have a couple of standoffs. Rex joins Superman and Boris leaves, swearing revenge. Superman fires Bane and Mystery Man, allowing them to keep their credits. As the 3 walk around, they run into Baka and Muscle Man. Baka stabs Superman and Muscle Man betrays Baka after making a speech about the fallen Sith Empire. Baka jumps off the edge and starts to build a tunnel. Goldman revives Superman and he explains the origin of their powers and mother. They are faced by Nixon and Spandex Man. Nixon reveals he destroyed Krypton. Spandex Man is held at gunpoint and Nixon flees, firing Spandex Man. Spandex Man and Superman fight. Superman wins and Spandex joins them. Superman opens the portal to Grace territory and the 3 sons jump in. Rex hesitates, telling Superman his destiny lies elsewhere, and leaves. After he jumps in, Superman informs his sons of how to use their powers. Rex goes to Grace territory and searches for Superman. Once brought to their base, Rex has Goldman remove his inhibitor chip. Rex leaves and goes to the rebellion base and surrenders to Anakin. After calling for backup, the rebels arrest Rex. Anakin interrogates Rex to learn of any Sith Empire remainders. Rex only tells Anakin of his journey since the ship crashed. Anakin orders his men to search for the notorious bounty hunters Mystery Man, Cad Bane, and Boris the Animal. The Bane goes on a secret undercover mission as an Imperial and hires Cad Bane and Mystery Man to break Admiral Rex and Captain Sparrow out of jail. After being discovered and a small firefight breaks out, Cad Bane and Mystery Man are captured. Boris witnesses the whole thing from the air and decides to kill the Jedi before it happens to him. He goes down and aims at Skywalker, but is seen by Cannonball, who fires at his creature, and Boris flees into the air. Anakin jumps into the air and knocks Boris unconscious, and brings him into custody. Anakin and the rebels plan to release Rex and use him as bait to lure Darth Baka into a trap, and then imprison them both and restore peace to the galaxy. Cad Bane uses his rocket boots to burn the wall and escape from prison. After being discovered by his brother in a quick battle between them, Bane escapes on an AT-RT. Anakin releases Rex and tells him of his job. Rex takes rebels to where he last saw Darth Baka. They go down the ledge and discover the tunnel Baka started to build and then start to walk inside. Muscle Man tries to escape using Jones's lightsaber, but Bane sees him and stuns him. Bane picks up the lightsaber and attaches it to his belt and takes Mystery Man back to his cell. Baka breaks into the base from the tunnel and frees Boris as long as he pledges loyalty. Bane stuns Boris but is beaten by Baka. Sith Bodyguard jumps out of the tunnel as Baka blocks it. Sith Bodyguard battles Baka but is defeated as Anakin comes out of the tunnel and is defeated, and both are struck by Sith lightning. As the rebel forces and Rex jump out of the tunnel, they are subdued and all are imprisoned in their own brig, and Baka frees the criminals. Anakin breaks out using Jones's lightsaber and duels Baka as R2 frees Rex. Baka defeats Skywalker and is about to stab him as Rex jumps in the way and saves Skywalker. Sith Bodyguard and Anakin duel Baka, but he escapes on Bane's AT-RT with jetpacks on it. As other criminals are imprisoned, the rebels hold a funeral for Rex, whose journey is now complete. Baka meets Bane and forces him to join him, but when Bane refuses, Baka cuts both the rocket legs off his AT-RT and they both collapse to the ground. After a force fight, Baka stuns Bane and uses the jetpack to take Bane to the rebellion base. He drops him off and comes back. As Bane is imprisoned, Anakin and Sith Bodyguard continue his Jedi training. Anakin and R2 leave on a special mission and leave Sith Bodyguard in charge. Sith Bodyguard listens to the prisoners talk and decides to use that to his advantage. He allows Bane and Boris to break out and has the Bane track them down to Baka as Bane and Boris plan revenge on Baka. Sith Bodyguard has Mystery Man and Jack Sparrow executed because of their continuous threat. Bane and Boris find Darth Baka but are stunned by the Bane. Baka stabs Bane in the heart and says, "How does it feel to die?" Bane replies, "Not die, sacrifice, now!" Bane kicks Baka and Cannonball stuns him. After the prisoners are placed in the brig, the rebels hold a funeral for the Bane. Sith Bodyguard orders Cad Bane and Boris the Animal executed. Anakin arrives back and congratulates Sith Bodyguard on his capture of Darth Baka. Anakin interrogates Baka to make sure he is the last of the Sith, but he discovers that the piece of chocolate, red, is still living.